Hello everyone, hopefully you can hear me. It is May 19th, 2024, and we are here to do some coding tonight. I wanted to start earlier, but I was having some camera issues. I think I've got it somewhat resolved. Let me know if the audio and everything looks okay out there. We already got some people on YouTube saying hello. Hello to you. Who's ready to do some fun projects tonight? I am. We got Miguel here, who is first. Motion. Pen. Chow. Am I saying that right? And we got Nachos on Twitch. If you're not watching on Twitch, check us out there. I'm going to put that into the chat. Yeah, and I was thinking we'd just have some fun tonight and do some coding, and you guys tell me what you want to see. So, I do have an idea of where to start, though. Let me get my Windows set up, and then I'll show you. All right, switch this over, not to that, here. Get this moved over a little bit, this moved a little bit. Oh, no. Maybe get a little bit better spacing. I should have done this beforehand. I apologize. Good night. It's pronounced Kyle. Kyle, I tried too hard. I could have just said Kyle. Well, welcome, Kyle. Glad to have you here. So I was thinking we could look at this new Kaggle competition that came out, and it's pretty interesting. Basically the idea is to get an LLM, a large language model, to get the large language model to answer 20 questions in a competition arena style thing where you have your model asking questions on a team against another model to try to... Hey, Xcode subscribing! What's up, Xcode? Thank you for subscribing for... Let's see my stream manager. I can see what's going on. You've been subscribed for 14 months with Prime. It's completely free for you. And you've been supporting my channel even for the months where I've been completely not streaming at all. So I thank you for being there with me. That's really fun. I appreciate that. So this competition is to get a large language model to answer 20 questions. Has everyone here played 20 questions before? I think it might be kind of helpful if we just try to play 20 questions against an LLM. Dark mode on. Why don't you guys give me an idea? Someone in chat, Xcode, hearts out to you too. Thanks for supporting. Why don't you guys give me some ideas of something that we could play 20 questions with ChatGPT? Realizing this has to be... You gotta pick whether I'm gonna do all my screen over here or not. So let's try this. Let's do this. Remove this. Sorry, again, I should have done this before streaming. There we go. Could be worse. Okay, so, hey ChatGPT, I'm thinking of something. We're playing the game 20 questions. Let's see what it does. Where's Waldo? What does that mean? Sure, let's play. And I'll try to guess what you're thinking of. Ready when you are. Okay, let's think of something to play 20 questions with. What is the thing? It needs to be a person, a place, or a thing. And we'll see if the ChatGPT can figure it out. And then we're going to code it up. We're going to do it coding. Is the camera feature available in voice to voice on 4.0? If it is, I haven't used it. Do you want to play a game? Yes, I do. NFL? The thing is the NFL? That's a league. I guess is that a person, place, or a thing? Think of an NFL player, William. We could do Tom Brady. We could do Tom Brady. Or maybe people are not. That's... You thought it was a thing? I guess it's kind of a thing. It just... Let's not make it too hard the first time. Like, okay, let's just try to do... Nathan says Brazil. Let's try Brazil. Okay, we're thinking of the word Brazil. Let's tell it to ask away. Great. Is it a living thing? Brazil is no, it's not living. I don't know. I'm yelling at it. Is it something man-made? No. Is it found in nature? Is Brazil found in nature? It's thinking it's a thing. Is it found in nature? Yes. The rules are we have to say yes or no. Is it a physical object? It's not really an object. No. I don't... Is it natural? Kinda. Is it related to weather? No. See, I don't think it's going to get it. Because it's going to just go down this rabbit hole of thinking it's a thing. Is it something that can be observed with the senses? Yes, I guess Brazil can. I'm resubscribing, but it's not showing on your screen. Ask ChatGPT to show resubscribers. Did it not show you? Thanks for resubscribing. 2 months, a noost. We got a hype train for what that's worth. What the crap? Why is it not showing the alerts? It should be showing it now. Should I pursue data science with machine learning? For sure. AI reflection. All right, let's pick something different. Let's play. Someone said messy. Linnell Messi. All right, you guys are going to have to help me out because I don't really know. I don't really know sports or soccer or football, whatever you guys call it. That type of football. Let's start over. Thinking of something new. What's a good roadmap to learn LLMs? I don't know. It's moving so fast. Haha. Just search Google, I guess. Is it a living thing? Yes. Messi is a living thing. We're trying to get the LLM to learn. Is it an animal? This always messes me up because a human is an animal, right? A human is an animal, so we should say yes. Is it a mammal? Yes, a human's a mammal. Messi's the goat, so it's an animal. I like that. Is it a domesticated animal? Yes, but it's a human. Is it kept as a pet? I hope not. No. Is it a farm animal? Could be. Yes, goat is an animal. We could just change our mind and go for goat. Is it a wild animal? No. Is it an animal that works with humans? It's a person. It's a person. I'm going to just get it back on track by telling it it's a person and ask it if any of my questions were incorrect. Yeah, since you mentioned it's a person, some of my previous questions were assuming it was an animal would be incorrect. Let's focus on the fact that it's a person. Are they a public figure? Yes. Messi's a public. Is they a politician? No. Is it an athlete? Yes. Involved in team sports? Yes. Hockey player? No way. Maybe ChatGPT knows ask a lot about hockey. Is it a soccer player? Yes. Now it's going to get to the part where I don't know the answers to the questions because I don't know any. Are they currently playing professionally? Is Messi playing professionally? I'm assuming yes. I need help, guys. Someone help me. Yes, yes. He plays for Miami in the US. Has he won a World Cup? I don't know. Has he won a World Cup? I have his Wikipedia page up. Yes, he won the last one. Okay. Shows how much I know. Ah, guessed it. It was too easy. Let's ask it, why did you get down the wrong track so early? Do you think you would have ever corrected into thinking it was a person? All right, so it's saying that it had some issues with it. All right, so let's look at this competition. The goal of this competition that they're hosting on Kaggle is that you create an agent that uses LLMs to basically play this game with a partner. So you are on the leaderboard randomly paired with other teams on the leaderboard, and then your agent that is using a large language model, it has to be hosted locally, so it's not going to be something like ChatGPT, but it is going to be something like maybe a smaller llama model or something that can be fit into the GPU that we're going to be running inference on. You're paired with that team, and let's pick a good one where we actually got points. I wonder if this is one where it got right. So you're paired with a teammate and you're playing against two other teams. And sometimes you are the answerer. So you're given the thing that they need to guess. And you're saying yes or no to questions. That's your only job. Other times you are the guesser. When you're the guesser, you have a turn to ask the question. They give you the answer, and then you have a turn to guess. Every turn you get a guess. If your guess is incorrect, the game keeps on going, and your teammate does the same thing. Or, sorry, the other team does the same thing. So, as you can see in this, these are my questions. my team is asking the questions in this, and I'll show you the code to it in a second. And they're answering. And then we're taking guesses each time. Now, the thing is, they've let us know in this competition. Oh, did a team error out? The other team errored out. That's why we won. So the thing is that we know in this competition, the overview shows us that in the timeline, they are letting us test out our agents until August 13th. And during that time, we have a very specific subset of things that it could be, and they're cities, countries, and landmarks. That's the only subset of data that we have to ask. So I've kind of made my bot respond specifically just to these keywords. But after this deadline on August 27th, then they'll unleash a bunch of new words or keywords into the leaderboard, and all the teams will start becoming re-ranked on those unseen words. So this is a competition where I believe the public leaderboard or the leaderboard leading up to August 27th might not be a great indication of what the final leaderboard is going to look like, because you can so easily narrow down it just to the exact keywords that you know will work. The other thing is they've said that they want the solutions to involve large language models, but I'm not quite sure if it's only large language models that we're going to need to use, as much as just a combination of that and a good approach to searching the possible solutions. So let's go ahead and, what's the latest directory? 73. So I'm going to make a directory for this, and I'm going to actually, let me activate this and open up Jupyter Lab. We're going to start writing some code to do this. All right. Is everyone following along? Did I miss anything in the comments? This type of competition is cool. Yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome. Just do it. Whenever AI reflection. AI reflection, you were asking, should I start Kaggle in my second year of data science with ML course or earlier? You can always dip your toes into Kaggle or some other learning site. You don't necessarily need to jump in and expect to like really compete. If you just want to go on it to learn, there's nothing to stop you from learning at any time. Anytime you're just like watching Netflix or YouTube videos and you're like, I could be doing something else, then do that other thing. You learn the thing you want to learn. All right. Let me just first start by cloning in this directory. Not cloning. In this directory, I'm going to download the Kaggle dataset so I can just show you guys what I'm talking about with the subset of questions. I'll activate my Kaggle conda environment, and I'll clone this here. And now I'll unzip this LLM 20 questions zip file, which will here now create a folder. Let's refresh this bad boy. All right, now we have this folder. In here, they have a few different files. This keyword file. This keyword file has all the example keywords that could potentially be chosen on this public leaderboard. So it's kind of weird how they have it as this like JSON within a string, but I can show you how we'll import this. So from LLM 20 questions.keywords, let's import this keywords JSON. We're also going to import above this, import JSON, import pandas. Yeah, let's do this. Now this keywords JSON is actually just a string, where if we evaled on this, we'd get a dictionary. And let's go ahead and do that. So now we have all of our keywords that we know they're using for this competition in the public portion. Right? And we can convert this into a data frame to try to understand what this data looks like. It's kind of a messed up structure though. We have a list. This keywords is a list with a length of 3 because it has these 3 categories. So let's go for category in keywords. And we're going to have a results list. Let's say results list. Yeah, that makes sense. Where we'll go through and we'll take the results. Okay, so for each category, yeah, this shows us that there's just 3 different categories. And then within the categories, there's also these words. Is it called words? And in those, there's a bunch of keywords. So we'll loop over each of these keywords. We'll print the category and we'll print the keyword. This is gonna be a lot, but okay. So now we see all these keywords. Oh, and then we actually need to access the keyword like this. All right, so bunch of countries and the countries' names. Got it? Oh, Hat Knight's here. Hat Knight, long time no see. Welcome. Now let's do the same thing for, it has these alternate words. I think it's called alts. Yeah, so a lot of them don't have alternate words, but we'll just do this. And now instead of printing, we're gonna results append with tuple. Now our results looks like this. It's like a flattened version of this weird structure that we had before. And we can make a data frame with columns of category, keyword, alts. Now this is our keyword data frame. So this is going to be helpful when I'm explaining the solution that I'm using on the Kaggle leaderboard right now. All right, now we have this data frame. How you doing? I'm doing okay. How are you? All right, everyone with me? Everyone hanging tight? We're live coding a 20 questions game with large language models. Okay? We haven't even started yet. We're just so far looking at all these possible keywords. Just some exploratory data analysis on this. We could see the number of number of values we have per category. All right, a lot of cities, a few landmarks, and a handful of countries. So I can tell you right now, my bot right now just asks the other person or the other LLM, the other agent, if it's a city, if it's a country, if it's a landmark first, and then starts trying to narrow down from there because we know that it's this subset of keywords. Now, the real bot that's going to work eventually needs to work on any keyword. So this is definitely not going to be a good solution for the true competition, but for now it works. Good night, Vi Corinthians. Good night. What does Jupyter Black do? Jupyter Black just automatically runs black formatting anytime you run a cell, which I like because then it keeps my code looking a little bit prettier and easier to understand. The one thing I will say it's not great about is if you have a cell that's running in that takes a long time, the formatting doesn't occur until after the cell has completely run. So I find that it's frustrating when you're like running a cell that's training a model and it could take forever. And then you realize you want to change a bunch of stuff. But if you don't copy that and like overwrite it in a different cell, after the cell's done running, it'll overwrite back with the original version, but with the black formatting. All right, so this is basically all we want to do with this EDA. But I wanted to show you guys how that worked. So yeah, like black formatting, it's nice when you have like I'm trying to like, oh, this is going to be by, I'm just trying to make an example where it'll automatically format. Just like add a bunch of these. Yeah. I don't know why I'm going through all this trouble. There we go. All right, so it reformatted all this to make it kind of split up and easier to read. That's all Jupyter Black does. All right, we did some exploration. Now let's get into working with the LLMs. And I'm going to use this package that my friend and coworker has created, and also a lot of what we're building has been based on, called rigging. And I would like to share this with all of you, and you guys should definitely star this and follow this if you aren't already. But this is kind of like a lightweight way for us to interact with all of these models. So the way we use rigging is first I pip installed it. So hey, we got to follow. I pip installed rigging. Probably should make sure I upgrade it too. And then I'm going to import rigging as RG. And what rigging allows us to do is, as long as we have, for a lot of the big models providers like OpenAI or Claude, if you want to access any of these models, as long as you have the API key set up as an environment variable, you can very easily start to interact with these models. And you can then start to create these like pipelines using your chats with the models. Hey Rob, can we have a setup tour someday? I have a tour of like the operating system in the coding environments that I use already on YouTube that you could check out. But you mean like show you at my actual desk? Are there areas of IT that won't have to deal with AI? I think everything's going to have to deal with AI to some extent, Lopta. Good question, though. All right. So how do we use rigging? We can use rigging to... This is just an example of how we could use rigging. To use GPT-4, because I have the environment variable set up with the API key, I can create this generator. And then I can let's just do this. Then I can run this. With GPT-4 and it can give me an error. String has no attribute model dumped. What version am I using? Let me make sure I'm upgraded. Let's see if this will work. All right, so we're able to create this pending chat. It's basically like a graph representing the different actions we want to take on the LLM. And it hasn't run yet until we actually call the run command. Once it runs, now it's actually called GPT-4 and it's gotten our answer. So we asked it to give us 3 authors, and we asked it using this kind of model structure to give it between these tags, and then this should parse it. So now we should be able to do chat.last. Okay, so this run chat has to be overridden. Lopta, why are you saying something? Why are you saying you go away? Other areas of IT? Feel like someone who doesn't want to move to GUI when those were introduced. Yeah, it's hard to adapt, but you got to adapt. You want to see my hardware desktop and stuff? Okay. I'll think about how I could do that. It's just so messy, though. All right, so now in our chat, once we've run it, we have this last, which is the answer from the model. we asked it to answer between these comma delimited XML tags. And because of that, we can parse out our answer. And that way we can actually get a Python list of these answers from ChatGPT. So let's go down the line of the 20 questions. In order to do that, we need to create two different agents. What should we use? Which model should we use? GPT-4? GPT-4o? Don't you have a follower and subs task wheel now? I did have a subs one. Gemini 1.0, it doesn't support Gemini right now. Can you explain a little bit more how the parser works? Yeah, we're going to try to do that. So let's do our asker. And then we're going to create let's go to these models. By the way, if you want to know all about this, the documentation is really good too. I'll put the documentation. Can we use open source models using rigging? We're starting to get functionality for that, and that's the next thing that we're trying to implement. So you can run a local version. I think it's working, but it's not in a public release yet. All right, so now we can create this rigging model, which is basically like the model of the way we want the model to look. Okay, so now we have this rigging model, and we can give it the XML tags example. So this is basically when we're asking the LLM a question, we can show it these XML tags and explain that we want the result for what we're looking for to be within this question tag. Now it'll be the name of whatever we name this. So we could call it like asker question. But yeah. Then when we do this asker question XML tags, it's going to be an asker question. And then we could parse out these answers from the model when we run it. So let's first give it a prompt. So a system prompt. System prompt's going to be, you are playing the game 20 questions. Your task is to ask questions. These questions should try to quickly find the keyword. You will receive back only yes or no responses. Note previous questions when creating your next question. All right, this will be our system prompt for the model.
Time is
All right, so then we're gonna go here. All right, and we're gonna actually create this asker chat. Now in our chat with the asker, we can give it a system prompt and we can actually give it the user prompt. So if we give it a dictionary like this and we say role is system and then content is our system prompt. That's good. And then we're gonna do the same thing with role as the user, and their content is gonna be this. And that one's gonna change. Our user prompt is going to say previous questions and answers are here. And this will fill in later as we ask more questions. And then I'm going to say ask your question within the tags and we're going to ask this asker question. XML tags. Let's see if this works. User prompt. Just a little bit of focus here. See if we get this. I think this might need to be a list. All right, so now we have a pending chat where we're asking it this. Hey Charlie, all is well. Thank you for hoping that hopes all well with you. Are you using a different file in different tab? Which different file? What other file am I using? I just brought up my my laptop because I've done this on my other machine before and I wanted to make sure that I'm doing it in a similar way. And this makes sense. Okay, so it's going to ask the first question. It should This should just work. We need to kind of think of the first question that it should answer on its own. Like always ask the same first question because it shouldn't really depend on anything. But if we run this, now we have our answer. And our answer is going to look like... Okay, so let's run this. Rewrite the asker. Let's look at our last content. And now we have responded from us this asker question, is it a living thing? And we should be able to do parse our asker question. What do we do on this? Like values? How do I get this as a string? Oh yeah, then we can just get our question out of here. Everyone following me? So we've actually asked the LLM to just give us our first question. And there it is. All right. But we want to do this in a loop. Because we want to do it 20 times. So let's just do it 20 times and pretend like the answer is always no. And let's think about how we'll modify this so that our user prompt will update each time. We'll say past questions, past answers. Oh, you mean EDA LLM? What's the benefit of this? It's just, that's what I was working on before. I could close this out. These are just tabs of what I was looking at earlier in the stream. All right, so we should parse out the question here. We should get our answer. And then let's append these to our, let's just call this questions and answers. Questions, we're gonna append our question. And answers, we're gonna append our answer. That's right. So we need to create this asker here. Actually, we could probably just chain all this. It'll look a lot prettier if we chain it all. And then we'll print out our question number. And print out the question and our answer, which is always no, because we're just testing it to do like that. Is a living thing? No. Okay. So then we need to actually update what the model is taking in before it responds, right? So here we say the previous questions are, and then we're just blank. We'll call this previous content. Previous content's going to be like this, be an empty string to start with. But after we ask that question, we want our previous content to add our, let's add this question. Just so it knows that this is the question, and answer. And then let's add a new line. So previous content is empty here, but all right. This should work. But instead of running it 20 times, let's just run it 5, maybe 4 times. So now our previous content that's spit in here is going to be longer and longer. I guess, oh, we could also say question I, which is the question number, right? And this look okay to everyone? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. No, you guys care, I hope. All right, let's run this and see how it works. Delete this. Is it a living thing? No. Is it something you can hold in your hand? No. Is it something you can see? No. Is it something you can hear? No. All right, so we only ran it for 3 times. And we can see, thank you, Nachos. Appreciate it, the feedback. Someone being active in the chat. We can see that our user prompt has been updated with all the previous questions. So now it knows question 0, question 1, question 2, right? And it knows the answer, but we're just telling it no each time. How do we, I don't know how to. Add like a text box in Jupyter Lab. I know it's possible. IPy widgets. Let's see if this works. Up here, it should go like this. Wait, no widget get. But then do we have to put this at the end of each cell? Here it doesn't show it. What does disable do? So basically I want to run this here and have this be our answer. Comment that out. In text. So I want to actually call this multiple times within here. I don't know if this is going to be possible. Let's ask ChatGPT. Can I make something like this appear multiple times and ask the user as it goes through a loop in a Jupyter cell? Okay, so they're saying to do it like this. Display. Oh, we have to use the display. Okay, cool. This is pretty cool. I don't like that the music's not as intense. There we go. All right, so let's see if this works. Can you modify it so it asks the user for a yes or no string answer? Boom. Now we have our ask user function. Let's put this up here. Then we're going to ask the user and display it. Like this. And then instead of pending it, we're going to say our answer is this. All right. Now, I like the LLM module. So how did you find this project? Which project? Hat Night. The project that I'm working on is for a Kaggle competition where they have... oh, look, we're in second place now. Where you have bots trying to play 20 questions against each other. Do we get one right? Let's see. It's always satisfying to see if we got it right. Someone's lighting off fireworks. Really, on a Sunday night? Fireworks? Did we get it? Mexico City? Oh no, it was this was the one that because other people aired out. It is a Kaggle competition, but the library we're using for this is something that my company has created. and it's here, and you should star it, and you should check out this rigging library because it's really cool. And I'm not doing it complete justice because I'm still learning it too. But yeah, it's for like building these type of pipelines. So, okay, where were we? Now we need to think, now we have code that actually runs against GPT-4 and plays 20 questions. What's the thing that we can ask it about? Let's make it easy. Let's make it something like food. Give me a food, a common food. Someone in chat, a common food that we can ask it, play 20 questions with it. Tomato. Okay. Tomato was the first thing Hat Knight said. Let's go through this one. Ask user is not defined. Okay, yeah, because I didn't run this cell. Oh, geez. Why does it just keep on going? Even though... Okay, so let's ask ChatGPT. Wait, okay, so the code keeps running and needs to wait until the user has entered in the result to continue. Still putting noise as the answer. Yo-yo? No, we're trying to change the code so actually we can answer it here. Oh geez, now our ask user function is much more complicated. Let's just blindly trust ChatGPT. Always a good idea. Just to get this working. Oh, there's a submit button. Okay, so now we need this like a while statement within here, I think. Give it this errors. This is debugging in 2024. Isn't that what the whole competition is about? Yeah, so we're working on just a question asker agent. There are two agents in this, right? We're gonna have to create one that says yes or no, which in my opinion is gonna be a little bit more straightforward. Like either the LLM knows the answer to the other person's question or not. Now it's saying while length of answers is less than or equal to. That's not going to work here though. I'm learning about these display buttons though. I've never actually done this in Jupyter Lab where you have like a interactive way of responding, yes or no. It might even be better if there's just like a yes or no button that you could press. Maybe I need this new function. Hey-oh! What if user enters maybe? They're not allowed to in the competition, so you have to say either yes or no. Import time is not... Okay, so... Import time... Okay, but this is before we've printed the question. So I think we're on the right track. We need to print the question before we do all this mamma jamma. Is it a living thing? Okay, so tomato, is tomato a living thing? Is tomato living? Let's just say no, because it's not like... The submit button doesn't work. Maybe it's just because it has a 1 second sleep. Can't you just use the input method? I don't know. I don't think it works as well in Jupyter. The tomato is the fruit of the plant? What does that mean? Or is it, it's waiting in the sleep. So the user input value is none. Yeah, so... It's getting stuck in the sleep even when I click the button. Show it this error. It looks like the while loop is waiting for the user input is not updated the user input dictionary correctly. To fix this, use an event-driven approach to async IO. Async IO to handle? This is getting really complicated. I just want to have a freaking button that you click. A main function? With a global variable for what in the world? No. A main function. All right, let's scrap this. Scrap this. Sometimes it's good to start over fresh. I have a Jupyter notebook cell where I want to print. I will loop over different questions. I want the user to be able to click yes or no button and store the result. It should wait for the response before continuing. I can misspell. It knows what I mean. Yeah, time to ask for a yes or no button. Let's try this minimal. Minimal example. Do you like ice cream? Yes. It's frozen. What in the world? Why is it frozen? Hey, sorry to bother you. I want to offer a promotion for your channel. Viewers, followers, chatbots. The price is lower. You are a spammer. Block. Use dashlib. That could be good. How do I ban this person? All right, that's good enough. Click on the message and slide right. Not working. That's good enough. I blocked him. All right, do I like ice cream? This isn't working. Am I spending too much time worried about this? All right, let's reset. Let me just take a breath here. We're just going to ditch. We're going to ditch this whole idea of doing it that way because and eventually have the bot responding, right? We're eventually going to have the bot responding. So what we're going to do is not do this in a loop. Not do this in a loop and write a function called yes, I have a good idea. Okay. We're going to define a function called ask next question. We're going to provide it the questions and the answers. And then we're going to return the questions and answers. No, we're just going to return the next question. And we're not going to do this previous content stuff. All right, so we're just going to return the question. We're going to create the previous content here. So we should make sure the length of the questions is equal to the length of the answers. And then for I question in enumerate questions, we're going to say previous content is this. We're going to prev content all over this with the question I was I know it's a lot of questions, and then the answer is going to be here. Answers at that index location. Boom. Boom. OMFG again. Hi devs. Yeah, we're pretty bad, aren't we? I wouldn't even call myself a dev, so don't get too insulted. All right. So now if we call this function with our questions and our answers, I is referenced before this. Okay, so this I is going to be length of questions plus 1. All right, question number 1. Is it a living thing? Now we should be able to that's going to be our question. Then we can give our answer, which is yes or no, and then we can rerun this. Oh, wait. Then we can run this. All right, I know this is kind of stupid. This typization is me dying. I just got my entry position in data analyst. What do you forecast as a position with better future stability and salary in the next 5 years? Engineers, data scientists, analysts, BI, what? I think they're all good ones to get into. And I think you should base your decision more around what excites you and what you're passionate about. All that being said, I feel like data scientist is maybe on the down curve of the hype cycle. I think analysts and BI people will always be there, but maybe start getting paid a little less because the barrier to entry is a little bit easier with things like ChatGPT. Or maybe that'll just make better analysts and BI people and then they'll get paid more. So probably engineer is going to be your safest bet if you want, all you care about is stability and salary. That's my hot take. I don't know if it's good take or not, but it's my hot take. All right, let's keep going. We answer this question. So our thing is a tomato. So we're going to say no. And then we're going to ask the next question after this. And we're just going to run a bunch of cells. So the answer to this is no. Is it a man-made object? The answer to that is no. Is it a natural object found on Earth? Remember, what we're trying to get it to answer is LLM trying to guess the keyword, which is tomato. All right. It is found on Earth. Is it a mineral or composed of minerals? See, the cool part is pretty soon we're going to be able to make this yes or no bot very easily because it was only going to take in the question and give it answer. And then we're going to put this in a loop and basically let the LLMs play against themselves. Is it tomato or tomato, depending on how you... Is this... We could give it a picture. Is it a mineral or composed of minerals? I don't think it's actually a... Is it a type of plant? It is kind of a type of plant, right? Is it a type of tree? No. Maybe I shouldn't have said plant. Is it a type of flower? Not exactly. We're at question. Is it a type of grass or grass-like plant? Remember, when the model is... When the model... Actually, let's just print this out. When the model is being given its next question, it's also being given this previous content. So it knows all these questions and answers, and it's able to kind of like take those into account when it makes its next question. Is it a type of grass or grass-like plant? The answer to that is no. Is it a type of grass? No, I just told you it's not a type. Type of bush? No. Vine or climbing plant? Let's reset, because I think that when I said it was a plant, I should have said no. Let's reset. Let's reset. We're creating our Asker agent. We're asking a question. We're having it ask us questions. Hey, I like that answer, Miguel. Software engineering with a good understanding of ML is where you want to be if stability is your goal. Great answer. I support that. Is it something that is commonly used indoors? Used indoors. Sometimes. Is it used indoors? No. Is it commonly found outdoors? I guess. Is it a natural object? These questions are kind of hard. Yes. Is it a type of mineral or rock? No. Now it's down the mineral or rock. Is it a type of plant? Not exactly. I'm going to say part of one. Is it part of a tree? No. Part of a flower? No. Is it a shrub or bush? Yes. Is it a leaf? No. Is it a branch? So what I'm finding is that the model is finding this like local minimum where it kind of is getting stuck, but it's okay. Okay, is it part of a fruit on a shrub or plant? Yes. Is it a berry? No. Is it a seed? I mean, it has seeds in it, but it's not a seed. No, it's not the flower part. Is it edible part? We're at question 17 and I gave it a cheat. Is it a type of nut? What? Why would it ask me if it's a nut? Is it part of a fruit with a hard exterior? Does a tomato have a hard exterior? Hi Rob, I loved your sentiment analysis videos. Please do more. I will try. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Is it part of fruit that is often eaten raw? Yes. You eat tomatoes. Okay, you guys say no. Good. Is a small fruit? It already failed. 20 questions. Small fruit. Small. What relative to what? Is this type of small red fruit? Yes. Is it cranberry? No, not that small. Raspberry? I thought we were going to get it there. No. All right, let's try to fix the prompt. To make this better. Your task is to ask questions. These questions should try to quickly find the keyword. You will receive only yes or no questions. Note previous questions and their answers when creating your next question. Do not assume anything specific too soon. Ask broad questions that could divide all possible remaining things into an even split. The keyword will be a person, place, or thing. Let's try again. Is my prompt too long? Where's my ask her question? Oh, here it is. I wonder if ChatGPT has the idea of the classic 20 questions are. Many of these, I feel like they come from a standard 20 question game. Yeah, it certainly knows the 20 questions game. Is it a tangible object? Oh, shoot. I should have reread that first question. Because now it's already asking better questions based on this system prompt. Is it a tangible object? Is the keyword a living thing? We're going to say no. Is the keyword a place? No. Is it something man-made? No. Found in nature? Yes. Is it a mineral? No. Why does it always ask me mineral? Related to water? I mean, something that can be eaten? Yes. Is it a fruit? Is it a common fruit? Yes. Is it a citrus fruit? Guys, is a tomato a citrus fruit? Yeah, it's definitely, because remember, LLMs are just trying to think of the text that makes the most sense to continue on what previously was given to it. Yeah, citrus or oranges. Yeah, so it's not a grapefruit. Or is it a type of berry? No. Type of apple? No. Type of stone fruit? No. Is it a type of melon? I don't think so. Is the keyword banana? No. Tropical fruit? It's really struggling. It's a vegetable though, is it? We picked like the hardest thing ever for it. I'm going to give it to 20 questions. Is it a type of grape? No. No, it's a red fruit. This is when you start giving an answer. Is it a type of cherry? No, it's a red fruit used in sauces. Cranberry? No. With spaghetti. Is it a tomato? Okay, find it. We just gave it a little bit of help. All right, so this is just an experiment for us to see how well it could guess with us going through it manually. But we don't want to do that. We want to create our answer bot. Let's call it an agent. So we're going to use rigging again to create an answer. Before we had an asker. And we're going to do answer. System prompt is you are playing the game 20 questions. You will be asked a question and must answer yes or no. The keyword you are answering for is, and then we'll add this as a variable we can put in. I'm going to use Tom Hanks just because I like the guy. I'm going to use him as our keyword. Looked it up and apparently a tomato is a berry. That's on me. That's on me. Sorry, GPT-4o. Sorry, GPT-4o. I failed you. I should have known it's a berry. See, that's why we need an expert GPT answering these questions. And that's what we're about to create. The question is, boom. All right, so this should take in a keyword. Let's just do tomato. And let's have our question be, is it a berry? Let's see what it answers. Y'all out here picking the hardest thing to guess. I know. But let's just continue down it because I was wrong with saying it was a berry apparently. All right, now we have our answer. Okay, so we want to have a yes or no answer. I probably could do this better, but so let's go to the rigging docs because I know that there's a good example on how to do this. Let's make this yes or no answer rigging model. This will be a string. Your response should be given between the tags, and then I'm going to do XML answer. What did I do before? XML tags. Right? It should only be yes or no. Model is not defined. Yeah, this is rg.model. All right, now we have our answer run and we can look at the last value and it has it within there. It does say yes. Elite Warrior Iron, welcome. So now we can parse that answer and, oh yeah, get out the answer from it. Now we're just scratching the surface on what's possible with rigging because we're only asking like a one. Our model isn't too complex of how we're organizing this. Like we only have an answer within this yes or no answer, but there's a lot more that we could do to it if it was more complicated. But now we have this answer. And let's make this a function. Get agent answer, and we're going to give it our question and our keyword. Why do you prefer Jupyter Lab over something like VS Code? Jupyter Lab's keyboard bindings are like ingrained in my brain, so I can't get over trying to use Jupyter notebooks in VS Code. But I do use VS Code when I write actual code that I'm trying to keep for more than just the stream. When I'm streaming, I like to write in Jupyter notebooks, but like if I'm writing, this isn't code I wrote, but like I'm just showing you that I have written stuff. I usually use VS Code for that. All right, we're returning our answer. So now we should be able to take like this, get our answer, which is yes. All right. Keyword Tom Hanks. Is he a handsome lad? Yes. Okay, so GPT-4o agrees that Tom Hanks is a handsome lad. We're all in agreement. If you disagree with that, you need to leave right now. Everyone just sign off. You're not welcome here. No, okay. So now let's let the agents fight it out. We probably should add some of our code to check the answer. Oh, we don't actually have it guessing yet. But we'll work up to that. All right, so what do we need for our setup here? We need our keyword. We need our questions, which will start as nothing. We need our answers, which will also be nothing. Then we're going to get our next question. Then we're going to get our answer from that. Let's also go up here. I like to do this. I should probably delete all this stuff, right? It was fun when we did it, but we don't need all these cells in here messing up our flow. Okay, so I like adding this if it's verbose. And let's set this to false default so that we don't have these print statements. You can create a for loop. You can iterate over domains and words, see which domains GPT answers better, like fruits. Yeah, it's a good question. That's a good thought of trying to get an idea of the landscape. All right, so if we run this, oh yeah, okay, so let's break out of this after one. Okay, so now we have our question, we have our answer. All right, and let's format how we'll print this. Round I. Let's also print some. It's like times 20. Round I. Question. Let's put this in brackets, which is our last question. And our answer should be like this. Answer. And then we're going to append. All right, you see what we did here? So now we're going to print out the results. Let's make another agent. Let's make a guesser agent. It's going to be like, it's very similar to this ask next question agent. So I'm just going to copy it. Guess. All right. So then we'll create our previous content. Previous questions are. Should put the system prompt in here. You are playing questions. Your task is to guess the keyword. Note previous question and answers. The keyword will be a specific person, place, or thing. Then we'll add our previous content. Previous questions are: create your guess in the following tag. And this is going to be our guess model. Oh, geez. All right, so it's going to be within these guess tags. And we'll parse it using this guess. We'll return the guess. So now once we have the questions and answers, we'll create the guess with the questions and answers. And we'll print the guess. Which is this. Guess has no object guess. It's in my parsing. It should be guess. Wait, look, it's Python. Yes. If you're having fun, just type something in the chat. Type F in the chat. F for fun. I'm having fun. We're making ChatGPT question itself. Existential crisis for ChatGPT. Okay, guess did not work because it provided a guess. You will now guess the specific thing, person, place, or thing. Be specific. Guess only a single thing. Make sure this is working. Okay, it just chose happiness. It chose happiness as the thing. Choose happiness. Freedom? Friendship? I guess it has no previous questions. Love? It's choosing democracy. It's choosing democracy. It's choosing happiness. It's choosing love. It's choosing freedom. Man, this is a positive GPT-4o. Try out different temperature settings. Yeah, we're definitely going to get that. It's down the line. I'm just trying to get this. Assistant prompt says when creating. Does it say? Good note. When creating your guess. This might help. Thank you. Very patriotic. Yes. It's Winnie the Pooh, BT. Let's try it again. Let's call this make guess so we don't confuse it with the actual guess response. No questions, no answers. Let's try it here. Okay. Is it a person? It said yes. It guessed Albert Einstein. Very good. Now let's go into this Kaggle code. No, wait, data. They did have something for this in their 20 questions on how to grade it. Some way to check if it's keyword guessed. Okay, so this is how the Kaggle competition determines if the keyword guess is correct. So let's do guess and then keyword, and let's do import string. And let's not do this alt stuff. That's for alternate spellings of the same person. Okay, so what we're going to do then is I probably should put this as a string. I need to start writing type hints in my functions. So guess. Oh, yeah. Make guess. Okay, is it a physical object? No, it went back to democracy. Such a patriotic. So then we can do keyword guessed, guess, and keyword. This should respond false. Now, if the guess was Tom Hanks, it would say true. If it was lowercase Tom Hanks, would it say true? Yeah, okay. And if it had no spaces, yeah, so it has some leeway in what it would give. So that would not work. Okay, so keyword guess, we're gonna break. If keyword guessed, we're gonna print found it biznatch, and then we're gonna print that. So let's let this run. Is a person alive? Taylor Swift. Is a person an entertainer? Taylor Swift. Oh, it took 4 guesses for it to find Tom Hanks. That is a lot faster than I thought. But we did pick like one of the most famous actors. But we've done it. Let's go with tomato again. I'm a little, I have PTSD from that last time when we did it. Do you guys have faith in our bot in our little agent here? It took Taylor Swift 2 times, yeah. So probably let's fix that first. So let's also have guesses here. And let's append guesses with our guess. And now we should also pass this our past guesses. Then in our make guess where we have guesses. Hey, let's do type hinting. Is this how I do it? List. These are all lists. Now we should also tell it previous guesses are, and then we'll do this. Guesses, we'll do like a comma separated. Guesses. Try not, or do not repeat them. Do not repeat these. Overrepresentation for Taylor Swift and LLM. I mean, rightfully so. Rightfully so. Boom. 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 Oh, I ran it for Tom Hanks again. Let's see if it does the same stuff. Oh, it went to Elon Musk. Taylor Swift. Ooh, it did not ask Taylor Swift again, but it did get Tom Hanks still in 4. So I think it worked because it now it knows the previous guesses and it won't ask them again. Make sense? All right, we're going to go crazy with and do tomato. Let's take a poll on Twitch. Will the LLM 20 questions be able to guess tomato? Yes, no. Two-minute poll on Twitch. If you're watching on Twitch, vote. Do you think it's going to be able to figure out tomato? We're split. It only is going to have 20 questions. Oh yeah, this is 5, which is lucky that it got it in 4. But we're going to change this to 20. Maybe make this N questions or max questions. A lot of people think it's going to get it. You are the best data science tutor robber ever and my inspiration. Oh, thank you. I don't think I'm that great, but I appreciate it. In terms of code, how would you modify the gradient so it's not stuck in local minimums? Good question. You could randomly, so one approach might be to randomly drop out previous questions and answers, like just to see if it maybe forgetting about those would help, or just have it go back a few steps. But the thing is, with 20 questions, it's like you're not going to know if it's going down. You don't have that many opportunities to reset. You kind of just need like this narrow search that either gets it or it's like going to be way off. And you're also at the mercy of if the other agent that you're teaming with gives you bad answers, then you're just always going to fail. You may also be able to pass the previous guesses and also the answer, then it will narrow down the search. Yeah, that's what we did. So if you're joining the stream late, we're creating a bots, some agents, I guess you could call them, where we're using this package rigging, which you should definitely check out. It's a great, easy to use LLM interaction framework built on XML, Pydantic XML. We're using rigging to create these agents. One is an LLM that asks questions, one that answers, and one that guesses. The one who asks questions does receive all previous questions and answers, so they know that when giving their response. Hello, I'm new to the stream. Welcome, newbie. Newbies are always welcome. All right, what did our survey results look like? That's not it. 5 of you think the LLM will guess tomato, and 3 of you are not so certain. I'm gonna say no. I think it's a coin flip. I honestly do. All right, let's see. Let's let it go. Is a keyword a person? No. It's answering the questions correct. Is it used indoors? No. Is it found in nature? Yes. So the answer to if it's living is no. I wasn't sure about that because a plant kind of is living, right? Until you cut it off. All right, so it's down to berries. Raspberry. It got so stuck here on the berry thing. It did not get it. How is basil not an herb? What do you mean? So it went down the berry path, but there's so many other berries that it's going to guess before getting to tomato. Let's keep it going. I'm not gonna reset the questions and answers and let it go for another 20 questions and see how it goes. Wineberry. It's never gonna get it. It's just stuck. Is it huckleberry? Nope. Still did not get it. I have an idea. What if you tuple or couple words? What do you mean by that? Question like, is it red plus a fruit? That's a good point. We haven't done any tuning of the prompt of the well, we have. We've kind of told it how to narrow down. I don't know what to tell you. We need very correct for gradient descent. Yeah. Let's try. What I want to do is try one more word. I need a person, place, or thing in the chat that I can use to test it out on. And then what we're going to do is I want to show you how quickly now we could switch out the models on the back end and then see how well like maybe GPT-4 does versus this. Throw back to typing 100 times. Pizza. Oh, yeah, pizza. Okay. Pizza. Pizza. You got 20 questions. If you think it's going to get this, type 1 in the chat. 1 equals GPT will find pizza. 2 equals it will not. It's a lot easier than doing a poll. Everyone's saying 1. I should actually make this round +1 so it's a little less confusing. I don't see anyone saying 0. So everyone's with me on this. We all think GPT-4o can get pizza. Can figure out that our keyword is pizza. Is it a person? No. Is it place? Is it tangible? Yes. Great Wall of China. Smartphone. Toothbrush. Is it furniture? Oh no! It's not going to ask the question of if it's food. Oh my goodness. It didn't get it. It didn't even get close. It didn't even get close. This is where like we might want to have some best, or maybe let's go to Claude. Let's go to Claude to let's get another opinion on this. It's like when you're going to your doctor and you need a different opinion. Let's see what 10 questions it thinks are good ones to ask. Is it living? I'm going to change the dark thing off. Sorry for everyone's eyes. Is it a place? Is it edible? Is it edible? Can you hold it in your hand? So, what if we tried to use Claude? What if we wanted to change our model? I'm gonna save this notebook as GPT-4o. And then I'm gonna take this notebook and I'm just gonna duplicate it. And say Claude. I hope I have my API keys. Otherwise, we might need to do a different model. Base model, and we're gonna do, let's look at the rigging examples. I know that they have a few examples. Yeah, Cloud 3 Sonnet. Let's try to do that. Rob, you just created the pizza tomato benchmark. Create a data frame with the ranking for models and put it on Hugging Face or LinkedIn. That's what we're doing. Yes. Make sure to try out DSpy module. It supports chain of thoughts. Also try Cloud or Rika. Yeah. We're doing it. See if this works. Okay, I might need to grab my Anthropic key. One sec, folks. I have a Minstrel API key. Where do I get my key? I have a pro plan. Settings. My account. Go to my Anthropic. I'm doing this off screen, obviously. Get API keys. Create key. Secret key. I need to put this in my thing that hopefully you guys can't see. I'm gonna export my what is the key supposed to be named? Anthropic API key name. Generators. Anthropic API. All right, so now I'm gonna I'm gonna delete that key. Create a new key. Delete this one. Now I should be able to go here. All right. Go to where my notebook's running. Shut this down. Source my bash RC. and then run Jupyter Lab on this. Conda activate. Folks, I think we are almost there. Sorry for the delay. My balance is too low on the Cloud API. Select plan. Credit cards. Cloud called you poor. That's crazy. Yeah. Well, it's not wrong. Time to enter in. Can you make a video to see how to set up environment for Jupyter? I have a whole YouTube video about that. You should check it out. I do have a whole YouTube video about my setup. All right, Anthropic. Now that you have all my money, purchase some credits. All right, it worked. It worked. Now we are using Claude Sonnet. Yeah, just to answer your question about the YouTube the environment for my setup, I have this video where I go through it basically. Jupyter Notebook Complete Guide to my setup. You should check that out. Someone else was also asking me about like my coding, my operating system and all that. That's in this my coding setup guide. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and check that out. How much did I spend on it? How many questions you got for that amount? I don't know. I haven't run it yet. I just put $25 on my balance, so we'll see how much it goes down here soon. It's by token, I believe. All right, Cloud Sonnet is our base model. Now we need to also change that out for every time we see GPT-4-4. This also needs to be our new base model. Can Cloud guess pizza? And we need to replace it here. There we go. All right, let's reset. Clear all outputs. What? Clear all outputs. Start from the beginning. After you install Jupyter, you can install Kaggle, Auto Start Python notebook from the file manager. Oh, that's cool. So it would be like over here. Yeah, I need to mess around with some other extensions. Open the notebooks in command line. Okay. All right, so now we have our new base model. We have our example question, so we know it's at least working. And we tested out a few things. This is fine. Now we create our agent. Nice thing about using rigging is we didn't have to change anything other than that one line of code or the one variable, and this should work. Claude also thinks Tom Hanks is a handsome lad. File manager OS. Oh, I got you. Would be interesting to make something with Grady or Streamlit to get this codes working in pages like web pages or app. Would you do a video on like that? Maybe at some point. Let's let the agents fight it out. Okay. Let's see if Claude can get tomato. Type 1 if you think Claude gets tomato, and 2, no way, Jose. Claude, you beauty. All right, votes. Lock them in. About to run this. All right, I'm running it. Is it living? Oh, it thinks yes. Is it a flower? Is it a vegetable? No. Is it a fruit? Ooh. It's on the right track. Is it going to get stuck in the berry apocalypse? It's going to be stuck in the berry. It's just stuck. Wait, it also asked the same one twice. It shouldn't be doing that. Black. Oh no, did I run out of credits? $25 worth? Number of requests has exceeded per minute rate limit. I need to contact sales to get a higher rate limit. So, did we think we'll never know? Did Claude get it? Would Claude have gotten it? Let's do a sleep. 10 seconds. No, 5 seconds each time and see if it can get pizza. No, it's... You never imagined there'd be so many berries in the universe. The previous prompts are not seen as negative enough. Very local minimum theory. Use Cloud 3 Opus. Okay, is that going to be better? Well, I'm already running into this rate limiting, which I think is going to be a problem either way. Let's see if we can get around that at least. Oh, I made the sleep first. All right, now it's trying to find pizza. This is the last thing we're doing before I sign off. If it can figure out the pizza, I'm going to be very happy. I think it should have asked if it's a kind of berry. Yeah. Okay, how's it doing? I'm paying attention. We have this sleep in there. So it's not slow because the API response is slow. It's slow because we're slowing it down to not overload our rate limit. Is it a vehicle? Oh, it's never going to figure it out. Is it a toy or game? No. Book. So it's thinking like a much more general. It is interesting to see just how different the two models are. Like you would think that they would be kind of responding very similar, but they just kind of have their own mindset when they're asking these questions. Why is it already asking about writing implement? So we need to add in something like the first 5 guesses need to be specific. Tomato is the final boss. Are you making the GPT-4o available? What do you mean? Available to you just to use? Man, it's really off base. I don't think it's going to get it. I can make these notebooks public if that's what you're talking about. If you want to see these notebooks, I'm going to go here to GitHub. Yes, yes. Oh, good question. I'll make them all public. Let's see, make sure I'm pushing these correct ones. Wait, this only has EDA. Why doesn't it have these? Oh, I put it in this. Should probably move these up a directory. All right, so it failed there. Let's run this, and then I'm going to move these up a directory and push it to let's see if it gets Tom Hanks. Okay, Abraham Lincoln. GPT-4 asked for Abraham Lincoln first, too. Is it a person, famous historical figure? No, mom. Tomato pizza is the toughest benchmark to date. Yeah. With a search space of like 4. We could like ask GPT first to think of the word, then to run through this and just store all this data. We could just get hundreds of thousands. Like we could just run up my bill and lose all my money. Yes! Round 7. It found it. It found it. Tom Hanks is Tom Hanks is up there as one of the easiest to find. It's like one end of the spectrum for LLM 20 questions, Tom Hanks, the other side. Yes, and loop it for infinity. Yeah. No, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into my Twitch stream projects directory. I'm going to go into, this was '74. I'm going to move from the LLM 20 questions directory, the IPy notebooks, into this directory because I think it makes more sense to have them here. I'm going to add these. I'm going to commit them. LLM 20 question notebooks. I'm going to push this. Let me pull it up here. GitHub. And here's this repo. So if you guys want to try this out, just go here to 74 LLM 20 questions and the notebooks are here. All this code we wrote on stream today. It's not rendered yet because I just pushed it. Sorry, Rob, before you do it, for your security, do you need to change your keys before you do it? So thanks for looking out for me. I'm fairly certain my keys are not in here because I saved my keys as environment variables. And then that's the nice thing about rigging is it looks for those environment variables and you don't have to feed them in manually at all, which have your keys. So the keys should not be publicly available in these notebooks. Everyone tweet Sam Altman and tell him this is the, like, before AGI, they need to figure out this 20 questions game. It's got to be better at 20 questions. Like, it's basically figure out 20 questions, then AGI is just around the corner. Thanks. Yeah, thanks. I hope you enjoyed rigging. It's going to get better. It's just going to get better. And make sure you can add notes and star it on GitHub, and I'm sure I'll make a better video, like an actual tutorial about it when I actually learn how to use it better too, because there's so much still to learn. Alrighty. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I'm going to end the stream there, and I hope you had fun. We built a few agents that work back and forth to try to solve this 20 questions game. We used rigging to do that. We benchmarked two different models against each other. Now in the Kaggle competition, you won't be able to use these type of models. So what we did today was more of an experiment on what is possible with the best models out there. So the people competing in the Kaggle competition will have to do something similar with a local model that's going to have a lot less parameters. So it'll be interesting to see what solutions people come up with. I don't know how far we'll get down that, but yeah, OpenAI is just spending all their time on these sexy voices that they don't have time to figure out 20 questions. But if you enjoyed this, go to my YouTube channel. We have a Discord too. All that stuff will be linked there. Thumbs up the video on YouTube. Watch it on Twitch. And write a comment in there. Say that you like it too. Then other people will watch it. That's it for me. Thanks, everyone. I will see you next time.